Hi guys, it's me Sai. I have not made a van video in a long time. Today we're gonna put on those custom headlights that I got had to be last year, and we're gonna do it today. They usually require you to take off the bumper, but there's a way you can hack that by pushing down this bumper and getting through the bolts underneath the headlight, because I am not in the mood to take off a bumper today. I've been taking off too much bumpers with my other cars, and I'm just trying to get through this and make it easy. So basically you need a 10 millimeter socket, and then they use a wrench to push this bumper down. Hopefully this is a 10-minute thing, we'll see. But let me show you guys why I hate parking my car here. And this car is definitely going to go in storage this winter because I just cannot, like, it's living in a city here, it's like living in New York or Chicago, with all the wraps or whatever in my hood. It just makes me crawl. You guys gotta look at this. Like, look at how disgusting my engine. When I bought this car, I cleaned this whole entire engine. This is over winter. Like, something has been crawling. Ugh. Something been crawling in my hood. Like, something died in here or something, like, and I don't want them biting wires. If it's rats or mouse or raccoon, whatever, I don't want them biting the wires in my engine and it won't start, you know. So I'm not gonna park this car here this winter because it's just way too much going on. But all right guys, now that we're done talking about this, whatever this is, rat, whatever, there's a bolt right here and there's two on the bottom. The easiest probably setup ever. I think that's one thing I like about Ford cars. This is the Ford, right? Is that their designs are so simple. Through my whole lifespan, I've had Acura's, BMWs. I drive BMWs right now. I've had Nissans, I've had Toyotas, and one thing about Ford is they make things simple. Even the shocks and strut on this car, it's literally 2 bolts only, guys. When it comes to the Hondas I had, there's a million things that you have to go through, especially BMW. It's almost like these BMWs, they design so you can't fix it at home. You have to take it in, you know. Versus these cars are so simple. You know what I mean? So this bolt, I'm not sure if this is an aftermarket. It does say Ford on it. But according to online, this is supposed to be a 10 millimeter, and it's not. It's an 8 millimeter. So 8 millimeter on this too. And then when it gets warmer, I'm definitely gonna wash this engine bay out again. Alright guys, I thought I was recording earlier and I wasn't. But basically I'm taking the bottom bolts out right now. So I have this pry bar. You can use whatever you have at home, and you want to pry so there's a gap there. Now if you're wanting to protect your paint, you might want to put some rubber around this, or rubber around the inlets of the bumper. This car, you guys, is rusty everywhere. There's scrapes everywhere. I'm not really trying to save it. I have been considering maybe scuffing it down real quick and taking it in for like one of those cheap Mako paint jobs. I know when I was growing up, they used to have the $3.99 paint jobs. I'm not sure if they run them anymore. And it's a decent paint job as long as you do the prep work. I think the prep work is where you go wrong, because I used to work at Mako actually. When I was like 18, I worked at Mako. And to make those paint jobs last, it's the process of scuffing it real good and prepping it so that paint sticks onto the existing body of the car. But anyways, then get this out. It'd be easier if I had someone actually holding this, because this bolt is rusty, but it's almost out. If you guys have the opportunity, replace the bolt so you get brand new bolts. Right now, I don't have that. I'm just utilizing what I have. Of course, the screw dropped, thank God. It came right off. Like, here's a screw right here. So I'm probably going to WD-40 that and probably add some lube to that and make sure I put it in there with some type of lube on it so it doesn't. Now the inner bolts, I had a struggle on that side too. I'm probably going to struggle this side too. So I probably really need someone holding this, but obviously it's just me today, so I'm going to do what I can. And this one, the inner one, is really in there. once you get a hold of that bolt inside, it's very hard to see unless you have someone putting light through there, and it's really dark today. So once you get in there, just try to get it out as quick as possible. I think that's out now. We'll see. Now this headlight has been on for a while, so it's you have to maneuver it to get it out. I just don't want to lose that bolt. Alright, now you have a harness in here. I'll show you guys how the other one looks. Let me grab the camera. Okay, this is how the harness looks. It's a pain to get it out, but what I did was I actually put a small little flathead right in this hole and pushed hard, and it finally came out after like working it for like 10 minutes. Otherwise, this is the actual headlight harness. So I have to do this side, which eventually I'll get out. You guys, it's been 30 minutes. This thing is, I don't know what's wrong with it. It's so crammed in there. It came off, like the whole thing came off the headlight. You see how beat up it is? I crammed so much screwdrivers in it, it won't come off. This is ridiculous. The clip broke and everything. I don't even feel safe using this harness. I pried through every corner of the harness and it's stuck. I might take that back about Ford. Like, this is a poor design. Like, these are supposed to meant to be able to take off. Like, this is ridiculous. I feel like I just need to cut it and get a new one. I don't want to though. So that's where I'm at right now. The harness is so beat up, but it's not bulging. It's not bulging at all. I mean, not bulging, but budging. It's not budging at all. All right, guys, this is the aftermath. I had to like break the thing apart. I'm probably eventually gonna have to replace this, which I don't really know how to do, like to remove these pins and put a new one in. I might have to ask my brother to do it for me, because he knows how to solder and everything. Because you actually just don't want to like electric tape this, because it's such a, you don't have so much wires to work with. You actually want to solder it so it stays in place, which I don't know how to do. But the headlight's off. Worst design ever. Like, they could have kept it simple. Of course, it was tight enough so water wouldn't get in there. I think that's the whole point. But like, look at it now, you know. All right, so these are the new headlights, and I'm excited to install them because I have better visibility on the road because I'm blind as a bat. So there's two things that I'm afraid of. Is I don't know how well this is gonna go, because I'm probably the first Ford Transit connect with like a retrofit projector headlights. How well it's gonna light up the road, and on top of that, I know I need new shocks on this car. So with this projector in here, I wonder how well it's gonna balance in the headlights when I'm hitting those bumps, and if I'm gonna get like light bouncing up and down. But we will never know. So we find out. One thing I've noticed is he did a good job with sealing everything he took apart, but I think he over glued it, and I was having a hard time when I was test fitting the driver's side. The glue was so overflowed right here that the clip wouldn't clip into the headlight, so I had to go with a razor blade and cut some of the glue out. But that's the only thing I had to do. But this one will clip right in because half of the harness is broken. Before I install any of the headlights, I want to ensure that well, I'm lucky that it still clips in. I want to ensure that like all the wiring he did inside the headlights are good. So I'm gonna like test my signals before I bolt everything up, because the worst thing we want to happen is us to bolt the whole entire headlight up and then nothing works. That looks pretty sweet though. It makes it look like a brand new car besides the rest of the paint and everything. and use this stuff. It's Tri-Flow Super Lubricant. I don't know what it's meant for, but it's just random, something random I found in the garage. Better than nothing, right? Spray this bolt, and that's gonna go in. I'm not gonna tighten everything up until I can get the bottom in. Let's pray we can get the bottom in, because if it was hard to get in, hard to get out, I wonder how it's gonna be to get in, right? Oh, I know spraying is gonna help. The key is to get it in there while keeping this on the bolt, which is going to be a struggle. So I've been at this for nearly 30 minutes, and this bolt keeps on falling off into the bumper. So the hairstylist in me is going to use this hair gel on the tip of the bolt, and then the rest is going to go into that socket, because I don't have no other option. I don't have any other tools that I know of that will work for this. So hopefully that hair gel keeps that in there. What I'm struggling with is I'm left-handed, so I have to use my left hand. Working? Something's going in. If that was hard, I don't want to do this inner part. Alright guys, I got everything done. Like I said, if you want to do it the cleaner way, take off the bumper. I don't know what is involved with taking off the bumper. I was just being lazy about it, so I did it. Obviously, what I just showed you guys, it scraped a little bit of the bumper over there again, but then again, this is a project car. I really don't care. It's not going to any shows. It's something I'm building up. Also, for those new Ford Transit Connect owners that don't know, I'm so used to having a hood latch inside the car. When I bought this car, the actual key for the ignition actually pops the hood open, and it's behind this Ford sign. So you put the key in here, and then you just twist it, and it'll pop up the hood, and then you twist it the other way, and it'll release the hood. For those that are wanting to know that, so we're just gonna go see if if this works or not. There you guys have it. I might be the first one with this setup. I wanted something that looked modern for my van, and I did it. I'm gonna leave all the information down below on who did this setup. I mean, who did the headlights for me. Obviously, I installed them. I already posted a video about the build to begin with already, and I was in my car doing it. But this time, I actually put it on. Everything seems to work really great. I do notice when I do have the signals on, I have some flickering going on, so I don't know what the deal with that is. I might reach out to the guy that built the headlights and ask him about that, if I had to get a module that's going to prevent the flickering. But I heard that this kit's not supposed to flicker, so I might be wrong about that, so I'm going to figure out that later. I also noticed when I have the engine on, that headlight, the driver's side, vibrates a little bit, and I think it's due to just the engine being old and the vibration. So I hope I don't even get more vibration happening when I'm actually on the road and driving. But I will have a part 2 video if I run into some issues with that. Otherwise, they light up, my signal works, that's all good. I'm just a little concerned about that headlight vibrating a little bit in its actual park. Imagine me being on the road and it actually like absorbing all the bumps on the road. That's not gonna look pretty with this bright of a headlight and it shattering up and down the road. But that's my update on, that's the end result with this headlight. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video. I have to aim that projector on that side because it's really high right now compared to this one. I might just go back to him and have him do it for me because I don't know the measurements on what a projector beam should be aimed for. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. Until the next video.